Ever wondered how successful project managers keep their projects on track, meet deadlines, and ensure smooth workflow? The secret often lies in their use of activity-on-node networks. But what exactly are these networks and why are they so crucial in project management? Well, imagine you're orchestrating a symphony of tasks, each one playing its part to create a successful project. Activity-on-node networks are your conductor's baton, helping to guide each task to its perfect timing and execution. They're the blueprint for your project, outlining each activity, its relationship with others, and key milestones that mark your progress. These networks don't just help in planning and scheduling, but also in controlling the project. They ensure that every task aligns with the project's objectives, allowing for seamless execution and timely completion. So if you're looking to master the art of project management, understanding activity-on-node networks is a must. Without a doubt, activity-on-node networks are the backbone of effective project management. Now, let's delve deeper into the elements that make up these networks. Imagine a project as a puzzle. Each task is a piece that fits into the bigger picture. In an activity-on-node network, these tasks are known as activities. Just like the puzzle pieces, activities are the fundamental building blocks of your network. They represent tasks that must be accomplished to complete the project. But what qualifies as an activity? Well, an activity is any task that consumes either time or resources, or often both. Think about constructing a building. The process involves various tasks, such as laying the foundation, erecting the frame, installing the roof, and so on. Each of these tasks consumes time and resources, making them activities in the context of your network. But why are activities so critical? They're essential because they represent the smallest amount of work that can be monitored and controlled during the project using the network schedule. Let's delve a little deeper into this. Monitoring and controlling are key aspects of project management. They allow you to track progress and make necessary adjustments to keep the project on track. By breaking down the project into smaller, manageable activities, you can keep a closer eye on the project's progress. For instance, if you notice that the task of installing the roof is taking longer than expected, you can investigate the cause and take corrective action. Maybe the team is understaffed or the materials are delayed. Regardless of the reason, identifying the issue at the activity level lets you address it before it significantly impacts the overall project timeline. In essence, activities are like the DNA of your project. They contain all the information you need to understand the project's progress, identify potential issues, and make informed decisions. They give you a detailed picture of what's happening on the ground, making them invaluable for effective project management. So, activities are essentially what make your project happen. But how do you measure your project's progress? This brings us to our next element: milestones. In the journey of a project, milestones serve as the signposts that indicate how far you've come and how far you still need to go. Milestones are the markers of progress in your project journey. They are crucial reference points in the project timeline that allow you to measure how far you've come and plan for what lies ahead. Each milestone is like a checkpoint, a celebration of progress made, and a clear signal that you're ready to take on the next phase of the project. Unlike activities that consume time and resources, milestones are unique. They consume neither. They exist purely to mark a specific point in time for reference or measurement. Think of them as flags planted in the ground along your project path, providing clear, visible benchmarks of your progress. There are many types of milestones that could be included in your project's timeline, depending on the nature and scope of your work. For instance, in a construction project, a common milestone is the notice to proceed. This occurs when the contractor has been notified by the owner that they can begin construction on the project. It's the green light that marks the official start of the project's execution phase. Fast forward a bit, and you might encounter the building enclosed milestone. This means the shell of the building is sufficiently complete to protect the interior from the elements, signaling that it's time to move on to interior finishes. As you approach the end of your project, you'll hit the substantial completion milestone. This is when the contractor has completed the construction of the facility, leaving only minor items to be completed or corrected for final completion. Finally, the project complete milestone is the flag at the finish line. It signifies that all work associated with the project is complete. It's the moment everyone has been working towards, the ultimate indication of a job well done. Milestones, therefore, help you keep track of your project's progress. But how do these activities and milestones connect with each other? This is where activity relationships come into play. Just as a puzzle piece connects to other pieces to form the big picture, An activity in your project connects to other activities. These connections are what we call activity relationships. Now you might be wondering, what's so significant about these activity relationships? Well, they play a pivotal role in establishing what we call schedule logic. Picture your project as a large puzzle. Each task or activity is a piece of that puzzle. The magic happens when you start connecting these pieces. The order in which they connect, the sequence, is determined by these activity relationships. Let's delve a little deeper. Say you're building a house. You wouldn't start with painting the walls before you've even built them, right? That's because the task of painting the walls is dependent on the task of building the walls. This is an example of an activity relationship. The building of the walls must precede the painting. This is known as a dependency. Dependencies can be of various types. Some tasks must start or finish before others can begin, while some tasks can run concurrently. Understanding these dependencies and sequencing your tasks accordingly is fundamental to a smooth and efficient project execution. But activity relationships don't just determine the sequence of tasks. They also help identify critical paths in your project. A critical path is the sequence of tasks that must be completed on time for the project to finish on schedule. Any delay in the tasks on the critical path directly impacts the project completion date. By defining activity relationships, you can pinpoint your critical path and focus your resources and attention there. Being aware of these relationships can help prevent bottlenecks and keep your project on track. It enables better coordination, ensures tasks are carried out in the right order, and helps avoid any potential delays or disruptions. Therefore, activity relationships are what tie your activities and milestones together, creating a coherent, logical sequence for your project tasks. Now that we've explored the elements of activity on node networks, you can see how they come together to create a powerful tool for project management. Let's take a moment to recap. We've discussed activities, the basic building blocks of your network. These are the tasks that need to be accomplished for the project to be complete. They consume time and resources, and they represent the smallest amount of work that will be monitored and controlled during the project. Whether it's constructing a building, designing a website, or organizing an event, each activity plays a crucial role in achieving the project's objectives. Next, we delved into the concept of milestones, the markers of progress in your network. Unlike activities, milestones don't consume time or resources. They are points in time that serve as reference or measurement. From the moment the contractor gets the go-ahead to start construction, to the point where the building is enclosed, to substantial completion, and finally, project completion. Each milestone is a significant achievement that moves the project forward. Then we explored activity relationships, the glue that holds your network together. These relationships determine how activities relate to one another, establishing the logic of the schedule. Understanding and accurately defining these relationships is key to creating an effective and realistic project schedule. So what does all this mean for you as a project manager? The power of activity on node networks lies in their ability to provide a clear and detailed roadmap for your project. They allow you to visualize the sequence of tasks, understand the dependencies between activities, track progress against milestones, and adjust the schedule as needed. Moreover, these networks help to identify critical paths, the sequence of activities that must be completed on time for the project to finish on schedule. Knowing your critical path allows you to focus resources where they are most needed and helps to mitigate potential delays. But the benefits of activity on node networks don't stop there. They also promote transparency and communication within the project team. Everyone can see what needs to be done, when, and by whom. This clarity helps to foster a sense of shared responsibility and teamwork. Plus, these networks serve as a historical record of the project, providing valuable insights for future projects. You can look back at the network to see what worked well, where there were challenges, and how those challenges were addressed. This information is a goldmine for continuous improvement and learning. In conclusion, the power of activity on node networks is undeniable. They provide a structured approach to project planning, scheduling, and control. They help you to manage resources effectively, keep the project on track, and achieve your project goals. Remember, a well-constructed activity on node network not only guides your project from start to finish, but also sets the stage for successful project completion. Keep these elements in mind, and you'll be well on your way to mastering project management.